Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the Transformers Kingdom Deluxe class Autobot Trax. Now a figure of which is not my favorite, but I'm so glad we got at least somewhat of a G1 interpretation of this guy. Now Trax was a G1 character in the 1980s cartoon series. For those of you who have seen it, he was a really great character. Well, this figure is actually this character in fact, and it is actually really good. The articulation on this figure, not the best. The transformation is kind of like a shell former, but otherwise this figure looks really great among other G1 figures. Now in this video we're going to take a look at the figure, take a look at articulation, the box, do some comparisons, Transformer, do some vehicle comparisons, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So without further ado, let's bring in Trax for a closer look. So as we can see, Trax is in the Deluxe class scale. He is 4.5 inches tall. Right here we can see the Autobot logo slap bang right there on the chest. Right here the head sculpt looks really nice, looks exactly how he did in G1. Where the torso and the chest region is concerned, it looks really nice. I love all this detailing that they did. It's really nice what Hasbro is doing with these figures. Right here we can see some detailing on the wings, and I barely did find out that these little ports are in fact for blast effects. So if you have like an explosion blast effect, you could peg them on one of these tiny little ports, and then they pose as a blast effect. So I am really shocked at what that was. So moving on to the figure, we can see we have some nice detailing on the arms where the arms are concerned. We can see we have some red and yellow. The figure is painted in blue and gray. We can see the wheels do have some silver highlights on them, but mostly they are black plastic. Right here we can see not that much detailing on the interior of the foot, but we can see on the front side of the foot it looks really nice. But one thing I absolutely despise about this figure, sorry Trax, is this little gap right here. I mean, it just looks so horrendous. I mean, if you're looking at it from a bottom perspective point of view, it looks terrible. And unless you actually do in fact move this thing in a certain position, like if you have them looking like this, you can barely tell. But then once you have it like this, it just, you can never unsee what this figure has. So that is really annoying. Right here we have the skirt flap right here, so that's really nice. And then if we take a look on the back, he has a backpack. One of the things I do not like about Transformers when they have backpacks. But from the back perspective, this kind of does match Trax's design in the G1 series. I just wish they maybe would have moved this backpack a tiny bit downward, but certainly not the worst Kingdom figure. Well, maybe it kind of is, but certainly not the best, but it looks really cool. As far as accessories are concerned, he did come with one blaster right here, which is actually it looks really kind of funny looking. And then we have this dual blaster right here, which actually I believe it's to fire at the same time. Also, it can work as a jetpack and can in fact combine with this thing, so you can have a thing of a triple blaster. I think that looks really cool. We can peg it in on the hands right here, and you can have them utilizing this against Starscream or Megatron or any of those Decepticons. So as far as articulation is concerned, he does have a swivel on the arm, a hinge that could bend way past 90 degrees. Right here, a hinge at the elbow, swivel on the bicep. Right here, unfortunately no wrist rotation, but you can tuck this in. And I do not get why they cannot include wrist rotation. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't alter the design that much. I've seen I've even like scaled it and then looked into it and everything. I mean Hasbro, you guys should really put wrist rotation in these figures. I mean, come on. As far as the head is concerned, we can look up, down, slightly tilt, side to side slightly, could do a full 360. So this head is actually really articulated. He could somewhat do the splits on these hinge joints. He has swivel on the bicep, which is a mushroom peg, and I barely even noticed this on the inside. I really do like we got some spring detailing right here on the legs, so I really do like that we do get tiny little details like that. Just kind of bring the character to life. If you're trying to do photo shots and stuff, they look really nice. And for the knee, he could bend way past 90 degrees. Also, due to transformation, this whole foot could move around, and the foot is on a ball joint, so it does have a lot of range of motion. I actually like this. It kind of looks good from a side perspective, but it's mostly on this figure the angle that you look on this guy. So on the shelf, I'm gonna have him posed in many weird angles so that he looks good with the other figures. So speaking of other figures, let's see how he scales with other Transformer figures. For a quick comparison, here we have Optimus Prime, Ultra Magnus, and last but not least, a Beast Wars character, Tigatron. So we can overall see how big Trax is compared to other figures. So he's actually a really good deluxe class in his scale. So now that we took a look at Trax's size, now let's take a look at the transformation, which this transformation is actually quite simple to do, but yet it is kind of difficult. And he does in fact have 3 modes, one being the robot mode, the second being the car form, and the third one being a flying car form, which I think was really nice attention to detail that they put right there. It does match how he was in G1. So for the transformation, the first thing you're gonna have to do, I recommend, is disengaging the backpack region right here, unfolding this region right here, and note the backpack is made of transparent plastic and painted blue on the inside, so I recommend being extremely cautious around this area as it could break easily. So once you have that, honestly, I really do like how Trax looks like this. Honestly, it looks so clean. He looks so clean right here. I might even consider taking off this whole region and then 3D printing a piece to put right here on the back, but overall this guy looks really cool. So now once we're done with that, we're gonna move our attention toward the wrists. We're gonna fold them inside like so. Then once that is done, I recommend turning your attention toward the legs. You're gonna lift this tab right here, which will then allow us to move this piece around, which honestly the transformation right here is actually what gets me confused the most, is actually when you're moving this around. You gotta know where you're moving it, like so. So once you have it like this, you're gonna tab this in right here, and then you're gonna have to just shimmy this leg inside like so. And then after that, you're gonna go to this region, and then you're gonna make sure the whole figure extends like so. Then you're gonna rotate this whole region like so. After that, you're gonna push in the chest unit right here so it does look like that. And then now we see how the car form is in fact forming. So we're gonna do the same process on the other side. You're gonna open this piece right here. You're gonna move the foot like so. Then you're gonna have to make sure it does go on the other side of the thigh, like this. So once that is done, which is actually really hard to do, not gonna lie, it's actually really painful at times. Just gonna make sure it tabs in just like the other one. Then you're gonna make sure the foot does in fact push in, so you're gonna open this once again, push the leg like so. And then once we have the leg like that, we're gonna rotate this region like so and have it ready so that once we're transforming it, we could tab it in and we can already see how the vehicle is coming. We're gonna tab in these 2 pieces like so, and then we're gonna have to then align these pieces like so, align them like so, make sure this folds like that. This has to do the same process, so it's gonna fold like so. After that, we're just gonna make sure the blue side is facing outward, and then we're gonna have to tab in the backpack right on the hood of the car right here. So we're just gonna tab that in right there. But you're gonna have to make sure that these pieces do align up. So this is one of the most difficult parts of the transformation, since it's transparent plastic, I don't want to break it, but it's really hard to transform this guy at times. So you really have to just really peg this in really carefully. Just like so. And there we have Trax fully transformed into that really nice sports car mode. And honestly, I don't know what type of sports car this is, but it gives me a little bit of a Corvette vibe. But I really do like how it does look like. It looks so cool. It looks clean. You could roll this guy around, and this looks amazing. So once you have this transformed, if you want to, you can flip these fins out like so, and then give this guy a little bit more of character, or you could just have them tucked in car mode, and then you could just have the guns right here attached right here. So then you could have tracks looking like the Kingdom artwork does look like, which I'll showcase in a bit. How the Kingdom artwork does in fact have them like so. We can see how tracks looks like. So we can see that Trax is actually very G1 accurate to the show and to the artwork on the box. Now for the flying car mode, it's actually really cool. So the first thing you're gonna have to do, if you haven't done so already, you're gonna untransform this region right here. Not the whole car, you're just gonna untransform the wrist region where the arms are. Untransform that, and then you're gonna have to make sure this folds like so, and this will fold like so. So once you have that done, you have this look right here. Then after that, you're gonna unfold the fins on the back, and then just like that, we have Trax's the flying car mode. So ready. So we can see how the wings are. They can in fact fold and everything. So that is a really nice attention to detail. These things look like, his arms do look like they are exhaust fumes, or they're cannons or something, which will shoot out or something. And speaking of shooting out, you could add the blaster on the top right here, which does really complete the look. This guy really does look like he's a flying car from the future. Looks so nice. So I'm going to convert this guy back to car mode off camera, and we're going to take a look at some comparisons of how he scales with another Transformer. So here we have Trax being compared next to Optimus Prime, and we can clearly see how the scale is between these two in car form. Now Optimus Prime is obviously bigger, but I do feel like the Kingdom / Earthrise Optimus Prime is in fact a bit short. Honestly, the robot scale is in fact really good, but I just feel like when having this guy with the other Autobots, he does look really small at times. That's why I just try to make sure, like when I'm taking a photo or something, he's mostly in the front while the other Autobots are following in the back. So that's really nice. And another really nice attention to detail about both of these figures is that they can in fact, if you do have the Earthrise / Kingdom Optimus Prime, if you have the trailer component on hand with you, you can in fact get Trax, store him inside, and keep him inside right there. So that is really nice. I really do like that this figure can do that. He can fit in Optimus Prime's trailer, so you could have Optimus Prime rolling out, and then he could then open the hatch and then release Trax or something to help him fight or something. So I really think that is a really nice attention to detail, that they designed this so that Trax could in fact fit. So can Wheeljack, Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, all those tiny little figures, they can all fit in there. I believe Ironhide as well. But overall, this figure is actually really nice. Taking a look at the detail, we can see we have the Autobot logo, we have some flames right there. We can see this figure is mostly in blue. We can see some really nice mechanical detailing toward the back region. I really do like how that looks like. Honestly, it does look like there is probably a cell phone or something stored in the back, so that looks really nice. We can see some mirror detailing right there, so that looks really nice. The front part of the car looks really cool. I really do like these black parts. I really do like how that does look like. So now let me give you my final thoughts of the Transformers War for Cybertron K24 Trax. So some final thoughts for the Transformers War for Cybertron K26. I know I said 24 earlier, but I meant to say 26. Autobot Trax. This figure is actually really nice. I recommend having him in your collection. If you have him already, that is great. I'm not so sure if this guy is on sale anymore. I do apologize why this review came so late. So will all the other War for Cybertron reviews coming soon, and I will be doing more legacy reviews as soon as I can. But this figure is actually really great for your G1 collection. It looks so great. The paintwork on this guy is amazing. I just hate the transformation at times. It just gets too fiddly. But other than that, this figure is really great. The robot mode, there are some critiques I do have. Car form, I don't have that much critiques. I just wish they might have put a little bit more detailing. But this figure is actually really, really great. I recommend this guy. You have to get him if you want to complete your G1 collection. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a nice comment, and until my next review, I will see you then. Thank you for watching.